encouraging residents to pay by cash or check to continue to do so, but there will not be any disconnections for the lack of payment while we work our way through this. But definitely, we want to make sure you understand this. We are resilient and we are strong. Standing with me as City Council President Liddell Lewis, our City Council Vice President Candace Mashat, as well as our City Attorney and our City Administrator. And this is making sure that you have the best information that we have to offer you. Currently, we have installed a completely redesigned network, including the next generation firewalls to deter any cyber attacks and to also strengthen and safeguarding our infrastructure as it relates to our internet, our data files, and all of those things that are encompassed with the new generation. We have not done all the things that was necessary to be done over the last 2 decades. As we advance with technology, we have to advance our security and making sure that this type of level of attacks will not penetrate the walls of City of Flint and the residents that we represent here. We're making sure every day that residents have a kind and gentle experience about being Flint residents. We're going to continue to do so. This attack hobbled many communities, but it has not done that here, and we're committed to making sure it does not happen as we move forward. We're making progress, and we're engaging with partners that we brought in. Definitely, we want to make sure that residents understand, and I want to be repetitive as I talk about making sure that they're understanding that we are strong and we're working our way through this challenge right now. I'm going to turn it over to Joe for a few updates, small updates, and we want to be very careful about what we're talking about as it relates to the criminal portion of this, because it will be a criminal investigation. This is a criminal attack, but definitely we are moving through to make sure the residents has no ill effects as a byproduct of this attack. Joe?
The one thing I wanted to emphasize is that the City of Flint is working with a number of internal and external partners who have industry-leading credentials and a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge, who are working tirelessly, literally day and night, to help the City of Flint work through this. So the City of Flint is absolutely committed to continuing this work and ensuring that no residents are affected by this incident.
Working with those external and internal groups, we've been able to retrieve key data to making sure that we can still move forward in many operations throughout the city. But definitely, as a co-equal branch of government, the City Council is still experiencing some level of retrieval of data that's necessary to move and do their business each and every day. And for that, I'll turn it over to Vice President of the City Council, Candace Mashat.
Thank you, Mayor. So as a result of the swift action that was taken by Mayor Neeley, our city administrator, our city attorney, and their teams, we are moving through this a lot faster than would be expected for a city our size with the deficiencies that we've had over the past 20 years. However, as a result of what's going on and our continued efforts to make sure that we are able to maintain our systems once again, we are not able to have a council meeting on this evening. But I do want to rest assure everyone that we will make sure that we follow the charter and have the necessary meetings that we are supposed to have according to the charter. Thank you.
Be it the delay of the council meeting that was scheduled for tonight, it does not cause any adverse experiences for residents inside the city of Flint. We are continuing to move forward very strongly, but this is brought to light about what is going on throughout the state of Michigan, throughout our government, about these levels of cyber attacks. In our efforts to make sure that you do not experience this on a personal level, there's been actions taken by Council President Liddell Lewis and others to be able to help safeguard you, the residents, and the security of your own home. Council President.
Thank you, Mayor. It is important that we safeguard ourselves individually as well. We see what can happen when we have bad actors that interfere with the business of the city. So we want to make sure that everyone, that they have the tools and the remedies on an individual level to keep their home and their finances, their items safe. So we're looking to have, when I say we're talking about council leadership, we're looking to have a cyber security workshop taking place on September 11th at Hasselbrink Community Center. We're going to have more information coming forward, but as the mayor and our team work diligently to ensure the reactivation of our system with the city, we want to make sure that our residents have the tools that they need to safeguard their personal finances and everything that they need to have safeguarded. So thank you so much, Mayor. And although this is an unfortunate time, this also just reminds us that we must continue to be vigilant and make sure that we are ensuring our safety at every level.
You know, we have been a very blessed community, you know, and we have been favored, you know, and guided, you know, by a spirit as administration, you know, prayer, planning, and partnership. Some things you cannot plan for, but we definitely can pray for our success as we move through this engagement. Definitely, I want to thank personally our city administrator, who has been diligently engaged in this process from the very first indication that there was a problem. He has been galvanizing the support, the team, and the efforts externally and internally to make sure that we can engage this and come out on the other side very successful. I have every confidence in our team and in the people that we have contacted to be able to help us through this this engagement. But definitely, you, the residents of the city of Flint, stay encouraged. We are working very hard on your behalf through this engagement with a cyber attack, and we want to make sure that you understand that we are definitely on the job. City Administrator? Mm-hmm.
I would just say thank you to the residents in terms of being patient, and a very special thanks to to our staff and teams for their engagement, and thank you always to our mayor.
I concur with the last part of that, but definitely now we're opening up for questions and then one-on-ones if anybody desires to have one. Trey?
Besides residents' issues with being able to pay online and do the whole technical thing like that way, were there any major flaws that happened with this ransomware?
Well, you know, the level of internal communications and the level of external communications was interrupted, and we wanted to make sure that we had a level of connectivity to residents and other vendors. But definitely, we experienced a level of interruption there that we're working very hard to restore all those activities as we speak now.
Any idea on maybe a timetable when everything could be possibly fixed?
We're working through it. We're rebuilding a whole new system as it relates, and the install and the installation of a new system is completed. We went down on Friday to resurrect this throughout the weekend to be able to get up with a fresher system, a more resilient system to any particular attacks. We have completed that process, and now we're working to retrieve data and to rebuild a stronger, better, and safer system for the city of Flint. Yes.
Are there any internal or external partners you'd like to highlight in this process that have helped you guys through it?
Joe or Clyde? Do we want to, or do we not want to?
I don't think at this point we can really.
Yep, we're working with our teams on every level because there's a criminal component to this activity. We don't want to engage are naming those individuals that's working with us on that side because we don't want to interrupt anything that they're doing on the criminal portion of it. But definitely, there's many on all levels to be able to help us restore our systems. Tiffany?
My question was in terms of city council. I know you're not able to have a meeting, but in terms of why, is it because you can't retrieve certain data, paperwork?
You want to? Okay. Well, you know, when we have any particular system, then you have to put it in the framework of thinking about all of our technology, right? We have to install applications for every system that we use. We use more than a dozen really highly functional applications to produce our work. Some of those applications has to be reinstalled into the new system. As we rebuilt, as I said, we're putting a new system into position. So applications are now being updated, refreshed, and installed into the new system. And so it takes a little bit of time to get those things done in a way that we can actually engage as not as we were used to, but in a better fashion. Yes.
This is more related to the water bills and payments, but what kind of records would the citizens of Flint who did pay by cash or check get so that it goes into the city of Flint's paperwork when the systems are up, back and running?
Yep, we have authorized departments to work in an overtime capacity because we're going back to receipts, handwritten receipts, and/or printed receipts, but definitely all that information is being uploaded to the new system as we speak now. As previously sent in checks or came to the window and paid by cash, all of those records are being uploaded to our system as we speak. Okay.
I guess one other question I have. I know there's essentially a forgiveness on late payments and everything right now. How long will that last for residents?
Until we have a full resolve for this particular issue. We will not penalize the residents of this great city because of the bad acts of some, internally, externally, or wherever those attacks may derive from. But definitely the residents will receive no harm as it relates to it. We're making sure that we continue to move forward. We're publicly speaking out where other entities may not have approached this in such a public fashion. We are a public entity as a city. We want to make sure we move fully in transparency about some of our challenges and how we're overcoming these challenges that we face. Other communities throughout the state of Michigan, we found out they've been also attacked with this level of software. Private entities, corporate entities, public entities, but definitely we're speaking out on this because any type of attacks is an attack upon all residents of this community. We take offense to it. We take a hard line, but we definitely want to make sure residents understand that we're on the job and we're going to make our way through it as we have, because the things that you see on our water tower, on our police vehicles, on our fire trucks, we are Flint strong and we will continue to activate and engage. And as you see behind me, the co-equal branch of government with the President of City Council, Dr. Liddell Lewis, and the Vice President, Candace Mashat, we stand in unison in support of the residents, and we will continue to stand very strong on behalf of the residents of this great city. Yep. All right.
I'll do one more. It's for the President and Vice President. Obviously, not being able to have any meetings right now, is there any, certain topic or subject that's kind of imperative to having a meeting that it's going to be missed out on, or like what's happening with the meetings?
So as of right now, we are comfortable and confident in the fact that we will make sure to address any business that needs to be addressed when we are able to have meetings again. As I stated earlier, we will make sure that we are fully in line with the charter. So the amount of meetings that we are supposed to have a month, we will have a month, even if that means scheduling any special meetings. And should any pertinent items arise that we have to take care of, then we will do what is necessary to hold any kind of meetings to take care of those items.
With that, I thank you all. If you want one-on-ones, we can do that as well. But thank all of you guys, and God bless.